Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every Tuesday. Today I have a brand new planner, brand new to me and probably to most of you, that I am so excited to share. It is the Sprouted Planner. I am genuinely excited to share this because just over the short time that Heather and I have been communicating, who is the creator of this planner, I have gotten to know her a little bit through our communication and then through her Instagram feed too. And I just love who she is and what she stands for and why she came up with this planner. So her whole story is on her website under the About section. And I highly recommend going there to read it because it is a really touching story and it really gives you insight into who the creator of this planner is and why she developed it in the first place. But short story of that is basically her dad got diagnosed with ALS and died within 2 years. And during that time, she had always used a planner, but her planner made her feel bad because that was a time in her life when she just could not focus on things like how much water do you drink or your goals or different habits. Those things just did not matter during that time. And I can completely relate to Heather thinking of different times in my life. And also, I've not always been someone who has used habit trackers or been big into big goal setting systems. So I've been someone who has kind of planned this way from the very start before I even found the planner world. So that all made her think that she just needed a planner to be able to brain dump all those to-dos and manage her life during that time with intentionality on those things that really mattered and giving her a place to put all those to-dos that still happen no matter if someone we love dies or if we are in crisis, if someone in our family is very sick. You know, our to-dos still go on and on. She came up with this planner born out of that. She was already a planner girl and loved using planners. In fact, under her About section, she shares with us a snapshot of, I believe, her college planner, probably one exactly like I used, like one that I picked up at Target or an office store. And I used all those too, also through college. So it's just really fun to share a planner when I really believe in the company's mission and know the creator. Heather wrote me a letter when she sent me these planners, and I absolutely loved it because the letter led me to read her About section on her website. And in this letter, I'm just going to read a little bit from it. She said, "I know you are a goal setter and like to track your habits, and I think that's great. On the other hand, as you'll read in my origin story, my planners underemphasize goals and habits. Not because there is anything wrong with them, not at all, but because these planners were born out of a place where that was the last thing I could do. That is what makes these planners unique from a lot of others on the market. Instead, the emphasis is on being intentional, reflecting, relationships, and keeping it simple. The aesthetic is also very minimal as to not overwhelm, plus super customizable to your own color and theme." And I agree, and she went on. And this letter is what captivated me to go to her website and look at her About section. I love everything that Sprouted Planner is about. Okay, so let's jump in. She has a lot of options. They are all affordable. They are amazing layouts. And that is why before I had even reviewed her planner, but I had received it, her weekly planner made it into my top 5 weekly planners video for this year. Like, I changed something at the very last minute when this planner came to me, and I rarely do that with my top 5 videos. Now, my daily top 5 video had already been filmed when I received her planners, so I can't tell you if that would have made it in my daily top 5 video or not. It's definitely a possibility for this next year, for 2022. This is the box your planner comes in, which I think for just starting out, she's done an amazing job on packaging. It's wrapped in bubble wrap so that your planner is protected, but it is shipped in a way in that you're not wasting a lot of packaging, but it's protected in a nice box that is shipped to you. And I love the inside there. Be intentional. SproutedPlanner.com. I also haven't even mentioned, she gave me an amazing discount code for me to share with you guys. My code is Amanda15. It is 15% off. All of her planners, all the layouts, daily dated, daily undated, weekly dated, and weekly undated are all $39.99. And you guys, when you see what you get for that, it's an amazing price for these planners. And then you can take 15% off of that with Amanda15. So definitely don't forget to use that code if you are checking out with her. On the day you are watching this video, it is the Sprouted Planner launch day. let's go through the daily first, since you guys haven't seen that, because if you follow me, then you've already seen her weekly. You've seen little snippets of it in the top 5 weekly planners video that just came out. So we're going to go through her daily first. Her daily comes in a dated and an undated option. So before we even do the whole planner walkthrough, I'm just going to show you the dated option and the undated option, and I'm going to give you all the specs. As you can see, your planner does come with a hard cover. It's covered in something, so if you get water on it, it will just slough right off. You get a couple of different cover options. She has gold corners protectors there and shiny gold O-ring coils. Okay, so we are going to jump right into the daily planner. This is your undated, this is your dated. So as you'll see, the date's at the top, or you can write today. You have this box at the top and this box at the bottom. What it is meant for, but of course you don't have to use it for that, but her idea for it was to write your intention for the day up here, or maybe your focus for the day, and write your reflection of the day down here. And I think that's a great idea, but I love how none of her boxes or sections are labeled. So it is completely customizable to however you need to use it in whatever season of life you're in. And that could even change throughout the year. So if you're using it one way and you need to change it the next day or the next month or the next season, I love that none of the boxes are labeled. Then you have on both of them, everything else is exactly the same. As you can see, you just have your date. On the dated, you have your tabs, and of course your months flow. We'll get into all the details right before all your daily pages for that month. If you're in the undated, all your months are up front, and we will look at that too. But I wanted to give you the basic, show you that the pages are the same, except for it's just missing the date. So let's look at the dated version first, and we'll look at the page layout, number 1. Let's do all the specs here, and then we will look at a blank page. And I have done a pen test in several of these. They all have the same 100 GSM or 68 pound paper. It handles pen really well, and I will show you the pen test for that. It is, because you guys like me to describe the paper, it is not a slick paper at all, so not like a plum paper type of paper, not a buttery slick paper, but it doesn't have a great amount of tooth to it. So I would call it just a very normal feeling paper that absorbs and takes the pen well. You have from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. on your time slots, but your time slots are not the main part of your daily page. And I personally love that. And I know a lot of other women do too, because I've heard from you guys where, most daily planners, your time slot or agenda is taking about half the page up or close to it. And I love when you have a daily page option that is not like that, because this is enough for me to jot in my appointments. Even if you're trying to time block things for the day, that's enough room to be able to time block out, and it leaves a lot of your other page real estate open for whatever else you need. There is a tiny gray dotted line in between for if you want to do hour and half hour appointments. Now, I write bigger, so what I would probably do is just write in. If we had an appointment at 11:30, I would just write in 11:30, Dr. S. That's how I would do it, because I write bigger. But you could definitely have an appointment, at 8 with the plumber, and at 8:30, you need to have Tommy to school. So you can definitely stack them and write, have half-hour appointment. You have a top 3 here, but it doesn't have to be for a top 3. It could be for your meal planning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the day. It could be 3 gratitudes for the day. But it could also definitely be a top 3. She intentionally left that blank, not labeling it, so you could use those 3 for however you want. It could be 3 habits you're tracking for the day, like your workout, your scripture study, reading with your child, whatever those 3 things are that you want to get done for the day. And then you have a 7x18 box grid. Now, this could just be for notes, like phone calls you're on. It could be for when you think of things to go on the next day. It could be for tracking, especially for tracking because it's a grid. So if you wanted to color in something for tracking. So this is just completely open to however you would like to use it. Then you have 15 check boxes here. The lines are a good enough size here, where I don't feel like I'm shortcutted. These pages are 7x9. So you have plenty of room on these pages to be able to write and spread out and not feel cramped on a smaller daily page. So the cover is 7 5/8 by 9.25, but 7 by 9 pages. It's 1.25 inches thick on this Daily Dated. The Daily Dated weighs 2.2 pounds. And like I said, it has 100 GSM 68-pound paper. You have 5 prep work pages up front. We will go through that. 2 notes pages up front. Then 5 notes pages in the back. Now, the number of notes pages changes by which planner we're in. So we're going to go through each one. It comes with 2 sticker sheets and 1 ruler. My ruler is stuck in one of the planners, and I will show it to you when we get to it. So that is your daily page. Let's look at a blank one in here, and let's look at the Saturday and Sunday. So if you want full pages for your Saturday and Sunday, then you're going to want to go with the Undated, because the Undated, you have full pages for Saturday and Sunday, and this is a year's worth of pages. But in the Dated, Saturday and Sunday are put together, and that way your days of the week always fall on the same side. So Monday's always on the left, Tuesday's on the right, Wednesday's on the left, Thursday's on the right, Friday on the left, and then Saturday and Sunday on the right. You have a little box up top if you want to still do an intention or a focus, or if you want to write in somebody's birthday. Holidays are noted up top by the date. And then you still have your same time blocking time grid from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., the same hours on the weekend. And then you have a box in the middle for if there are, let's say, to-do tasks that are going to be shared between the 2 days, or just a list that you're going to work down over the weekend. I thought that was really interesting and smart, the way that she did that. And then you have 6 tick-off boxes here at the bottom for each day, so you could separate tasks or to-dos. And then a reflection box down here, or just for notes. So that is how Saturday and Sunday is done. Let's look at a monthly layout and monthly reflection. And then we'll go back and go through the front prep pages at the front. So every month you have a 2-page reflection. Here are the questions that are on it. This is in every single one of her planners. Review your calendar from the month. What stands out as memorable? What were your intentions for the month? Did you live them out? What are you proud of? What did you struggle with? Are you satisfied with your relationship with money? By this time next year, what story do you want your finances to tell? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you looking forward to? What are you feeling challenged or worried by? So that is your monthly reflection every month. Your tabbed pages are thicker. They are a good material to write on, though, not slick at all. And you have really thick, nice coated Mylar tabs, and you can see your month on the front and the back. And you can see how the tabs are. You can see the whole year at once there lined up. Then you go into your month. Your monthly tab flips right to your month, which you guys know I personally like. On your monthly layout, you have a typical Sunday start. You get your previous month at a glance and your next month at a glance up there. And she used those boxes geniusly. You know that February didn't start till Tuesday, and so she used those boxes. So on one of the months, like May starts on a Sunday, she used the empty boxes at the end for your previous month and next month. You have a very little header at the top, and I really like that because I always talk about using your page real estate for the monthly layout and for other things. Like she's left listing down here and room for notes. And so instead of having like a huge header, one little motivational quote every month. And then there are 3 check boxes: people, things, year list. That's going to be coming up probably as we go through the beginning pages, things that you want to think about for the month. You have a good size note section, a to-do section down here, and then just notes or reflection or anything else you want to use this for. Your boxes are a good size. Your holidays are noted at the very bottom of the box in really light gray. I like how those are noted. Let's start at the very beginning of this planner. Here is the ruler. So you get this free with your planner with only a $39.99 planner. Okay, guys, you get a ruler with it that functions really well. You can just pop that baby in here depending on how high you want it. I haven't tried mine up that high. This might be a little high. We might be able to go lower, but it pops in there really easily. You have the little cute sprouted emblem, and then you can turn right to your page. It functions well. Up front here, you get 2 pages of stickers with every planner. So you get a whole bunch of icon stickers like money and dinner and wine glass and a coffee cup and birthdays and hearts and medical. So you have a whole bunch of those. And then you get just some page flags in the really pretty muted color scheme that she has used for her covers and her tabs. Now there are no color on her pages, And also that means you can bring in all the color in stickers and washi and mild liners, whatever you want to use for planning. Nothing will clash with it. But you just have some nice little flags and arrows. So these stickers come with your planner. She has a pocket up front here, you guys. I was pulling on it though really hard to test how strong it was, because I do that with things a lot of times. And I pulled her pocket off. So I will say this probably needs a little improvement since I pulled it right off with a little thing of glue line on there, but you could use double-sided tape if that happens to you. I always like to tell you the complete truth about things. I still think this is an amazing planner, and just be careful with your pocket, and also know that you could rehook it on with double-sided tape. You have a nameplate page, and once again, this is your daily dated, but these beginning pages are going to be the same in your other planners, so we're not going to go over them again. You have a quote from Jack Cornfield, and this is actually where the name of her planner came from. Be mindful of intention. Intention is the seed that creates our future. So I read that on her site that is where she got the name Sprouted. And then there's a little letter from Heather here, and she does kind of give you some of her background story here. And then you go into a how to use this planner, how she designed it. And then you have the monthly layout, the daily layout, the monthly reflection, intentions versus goals. I like the way that she explains this and talks you through it. So definitely read that page. Then you have a notes page. Then you have, she's talking about people and why people are the thing in our life that matters the most. You know, we need connection with people, and we have to be intentional to be able to keep those relationships going in our lives. And then she talks about things. The things of everyday life are like shopping, chores, birthday cards, projects, activities, budgets, bills, seasonal to-dos, all those. But even being intentional about the things in our life. So not only being intentional about the people in our life, but the things in our lives. List the things you want to remember to schedule and be intentional about. Whatever things you want to get ahead of. This can be a place to list them all. Each monthly calendar will then have a checkbox reminder to schedule these in. And that was the checkbox that we saw on the monthly calendar. So there are all your 12 months of the year. Here is your year list. A year goes by faster than you think. Using the theme of intentionality, ask yourself, by the end of this year, I want to. It's kind of like a list for your year. I kind of think of it like Gretchen Rubin's, you know, she does 21 for 21 list, and I'm sure it's going to be 22 for 22 list. I love the way 22 sounds. And this is your 2022 planner. So that could be your 22 for 22 list. I don't know if there's 22 things there, but there's extra. What are your hopes for the year ahead? They could also continue there. 2022 calendar, the holidays and observations. And then you have 2 more notes pages. So a couple notes pages are dispersed there up front. And then there's a couple more at the back. So there's your monthly layout with the people, things, and year list to basically check on those each month. And then you go into your daily dated pages. And then as it flows, you will see you have your month and you end with your monthly reflection, and then you go into your next monthly layout and then your monthly pages. At the end of this planner, you are going to end right on January 1st because that ends on a Sunday. So that ends your week. December reflection. So you're going to do the monthly reflection for December and then the 2022 reflection. So some questions to reflect on the whole year. And then you have like 4 more notes pages, 5 more notes pages, and that is the end of your daily dated Sprouted planner. There it is, guys. I think it is such a great daily planner. I love how nothing is labeled. I love how the whole page is open to you. I actually love how there is no color on the page because you can add mild liners every day. Sometimes you can add stickers, you can add washi, you can do whatever you want. Let's look at the Undated Daily real quickly, and then we're going to look at the weekly. She also sent me some of her notepads. I don't have the Undated Weekly. That's the only one I don't have. This is your Undated Daily, and it starts out with the exact same pages. So you go through the exact same intentional prep pages, thinking about the year up front, and have the same amount of notes pages. Then, because it is undated, you have all your undated months here up front. You have a little square dotted out to put the date in. It is once again your same Sunday start, a place to put the name of the month. The rest of the monthly layout is laid out exactly the same. But you have all your months up front here in a row in the undated. Now, the advantages of an undated daily planner are if you are using a dated weekly planner, then that also makes an undated daily really easy to use because you might not even be using the monthly spreads in here, or you might use them just for like tracking goals or tracking fitness. A lot of times if people are using a dated weekly planner like I do, then I never used my monthly spreads in my dailies. Also, an undated daily lets you pick it up and put it down so you can only use it for busy days. You know, if it's not your only planner, if you're using a weekly dated planner and you're just picking it up on busy days, or if you're using it for your work planner and you just need Monday through Friday, then you're not wasting any pages and you're just using it for Monday through Friday. Or if you know that you're someone who jumps in and out of daily planners, like you want to try this one out and you like to have a couple on your shelf and pull out different ones for different, feelings and times in your life. I know people who do that. Undated is perfect for that because you are never wasting any pages and you get full pages for Saturday and Sunday. That's another biggie. After all your 12 monthly layouts in a row, then you have your 12 monthly reflections in a row up front since it is undated. So you would just label these with the month and you have your 12 monthly reflections up front there. And then you go into your year-end reflection is also up front in the undated daily at the very end of all your monthly reflections. Then you go into your undated daily pages. This is where I did my pen test. So let's take a look at that. I tried all my pens, dark mild liners, ERIN CONDREN dual tips, Papermate flares, all the bright colors that I love to use for that. And if you will take a look, the pen test looks absolutely beautiful. Like nothing is bleeding through. You can barely even see any ghosting. So it definitely makes you feel like when you're starting a brand new page, it looks clean and clear for the day, even when all that was written on the back. Your undated daily does not have the tabs, of course, because all your months are up front. The undated daily weighs a little bit less, just a tiny bit. I think the other one was 2 pounds, 2 ounces. This one's 1.9 ounces, so not a big difference. It's a tiny bit less thick at 1 1/8 of an inch. It comes with 2 sticker sheets still and your ruler. All the same paper, 100 GSM, 68 pound, and all of these planner options are $39.99. Using my code Amanda15 for 15% off. This one, the difference though, is you get 28 notes pages at the back of this daily. 28 notes pages there. You have a lot more room for notes in this daily. So that is your sprouted planner. Here is another cover choice you have. I think it is beautiful. It's bright. It's fun. If you don't want to go with the more muted blue, the weekly is a lot slimmer, a lot lighter weight because it is just your weekly. It comes with the same stickers, your same ruler, all the same setup pages in the beginning. So we're just going to go through those. In your weekly, you have the same monthly layout. Everything is the same about it. And then you go into your weekly layout. Let's go over the specs first. I did another pen test in here because this was in my top 5 weekly planners video. It's 1.3 pounds, so it's a lot lighter weight than the daily. Your cover, the cover is the same size as your pages are 7 by 9. It's only 7/8 of an inch thick. The same 5 prep pages up front, 2 notes pages up front, and 31 notes pages in the back. Let's look at the pen test in the weekly. I mean, we already looked at one in the daily, but we'll just go ahead and look at this one. Came out really well. I can barely see just, tiny bit of ghosting, nothing bleeding through at all. Let's look at the weekly layout here with nothing written on it. You have a week on one page, Monday through Sunday, and then you have complete customization on this site. So you have 2 rolling lists here. One could be for work, one could be for home. It could all be for home, complete, just whatever you need your to-do list for. You have a grid here, and I wrote out what that grid was, 7 by 16 grid box for anything you need or for tracking for the week. You can use this, of course, for weekly reflection or notes or gratitudes throughout the week. This could be just notes throughout the week. It could be journaling. It could be anything you need. It could be a grocery list. On your days over here, there are lots of ways you could use this too. There's also a box up here for your weekly intention or focus, or however you want to use that. And then you have 3 over here. Once again, that could be your top 3. It could be your appointments for the day, if you have any appointments or errands, so anything outside of the house. It could be for like 3 habits you're tracking during the day. It could be for your meals for the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you could use those in so many different ways. Or your appointments could be saved for this section, although this side is a little bit longer than this side. But your appointments could be over here if you wish. Or your to-dos could be over here. They're really light gray lines. So it's however you want to do it. The things you need to get done for that day and your appointments for the day. Maybe your focus for the day. So there are your days of the week. Your holidays are put in here when you have a holiday. Let's see. Here we have one right there. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And that is a look at how your weeks flow. At the end of a month here, you have the same monthly reflections. And you go into your same monthly layout, and that is the flow of it. So the same prep pages up front, the same monthly reflections in all of her planners. Then you get to the end, and once again, there was something like 31 notes pages in the back. So a lot of line notes pages with a label at the top. So plenty of room for notes or lists, and the planner is still really trim and slim. I think I already said this, comes with your same ruler, your same stickers, your same pocket up front. I love the colors that she's chosen in here. They're very muted, but add in some color. And that is your Sprouted weekly planner. All right, guys, the last thing I'm going to share with you in this video, she sent me a couple of her other products, which I think are great options if you don't need like a whole daily planner. This is a sticky note pad. So it's sticky on the left side for a daily layout. So let's say, you are using your weekly planner. So every once in a while, you could stick a daily page in here if you wanted to stick it in your planner. I think that's a great option. You could, of course, just use it straight on the pad and then tear it off at the end of the day. But I think it's cool that she made it into a sticky note pad, because if you want to have that option of sticking it in your planner and having it with you, it seems to stick in there really well and stay. And so I think it'll work perfectly for you. It starts at 5 a.m. and goes till 9 p.m. just like her daily planner. You have the same layout of the daily planner, just condensed down to a smaller page. So your top 3 or whatever you're going to use that for, your intention or focus is divided into 2 here. Your grid space, your to-dos, and your note space at the bottom. So even if you just wanted to like try out this daily layout, even though it's smaller, this would be an option. Or like I said, if you're someone who doesn't need a daily page every single day, this is a great option of a notepad. And she is using Post-it. Post-it. I don't know how she got to work with Post-it brand, because other big companies don't, who show remain nameless in this video. And no wonder, that's why it was sticking well, because it is made by Post-it. I didn't even notice that before. Way to go, Heather. That is awesome. And then this one is also made by Post-it. This is your weekly layout. So for someone who just wants to see a scope of the week, it could also make a good meal planner. If you just want somewhere to put up on the fridge, like your appointments and big things going on each day so everyone can see, in your to-dos, or like I said, a meal planner, and you could list your grocery list. So that is an option. This one, once again, is sticky Post-it stuff, again, on the left side of the pad. I think those are great products. And then she has a little cute Sprouted planner notebook. So if you are in, let's say, the daily planner, and that's dated, it doesn't have a lot of notes pages, but you feel like you're going to need somewhere to put more notes. It is a very light dot grid with the little Sprouted emblem on the bottom corner. It is a stapled notebook in a nice muted design, and you can definitely stick it in the front of your daily dated planner up here if you wanted to have it with you and have somewhere to have more notes. All right, guys, that is all I have to share with you of Sprouted planners today. I am so excited to bring this review to you and excited to bring it to you on launch day for Sprouted Planner today. Let me know if you are interested in this planner. Let me know what you love about it, what's piqued your interest. If you do purchase, make sure to use my code Amanda15 for 15% off. And let us know all your thoughts down in the comments, because I always enjoy reading them, and I know that Heather will enjoy reading them too. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time. Have a great week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.